Awesome.
Okay, so now I'm Nisha Green, the moderator. How are y'all? Okay, I talked to everybody but Laf already. Hi, Laf, how are you today?
I'm good.
Thank you for also wearing that awesome top. That's so great.
Thank you, Red.
It's like perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
It's really, really great. So we're going to just kick off with you. First question. First of all, Lafayette Barnes, thank you for joining us on the panel today. Lafayette is the publisher of the Washington Informer Bridge.
All right.
And I think he's going to enjoy answering this question. Why the Washington Informer? Speak about your roles, how you'd like to see the publication evolve, but why the Washington Informer?
Well, one, I'm blessed to be the son of Denise Rollard Barnes and grandson of Dr. Calvin Rollard, who started the Washington Informer. So I've seen it grow my entire life. I'm not 60, I'm 38, but we won't talk about that. But I've seen it over the last 38 years grow and just be a key tool in the community. So many people, like when I was younger riding the bus to school, people would walk up on me and say, "Yeah, man, your mother's Denise, right? She did that story on me, or your grandfather, or the job I had, or your mother recognized that I could, that I didn't know how to do photography, but she liked some of my vision, and she gave me a job." So there's so many ways that I've seen DC culture be a part of the Washington Informer story. And I wasn't always a part of the Informer. I've had jobs and I've done other things, but everything I've done has led me back to the Informer, and I decided that it was in my best interest to benefit the Informer and to benefit from the Informer. So just a little bit about the bridge. Raja and I used to throw some pretty cool parties. I don't know if you guys were ever there, but pretty great parties. And we decided to start a blog to talk about the people that we were collaborating with at our events. And we had collaborators all the way from Philadelphia to New Jersey, all over the East Coast, who would come to DC to vend or participate, VJ, whatever the case may be. And that grew into something that we call the Bridge. Later on, a couple of years, or maybe a year or two later, my mother said, "Hey, that looks like a good idea. Would you be interested in doing a print edition?" And so we started doing a print edition. I have a background in multimedia, so photo, video, graphic design, web design, app design, whatever type of multimedia you can think of, I can do it. So I just started the Bridge, and we've been doing that for about 7 years now. And we've hired over, I want to say 200-300 creatives, all from the DC region. We've covered thousands of stories on young people in this region, and when I look at the when I look at the playing field of all the papers that are out here, I don't see any papers really reaching to young people in DC and giving them a voice. And so the Bridge has been that place, and that's why I think the Washington Informer is such a great publication. That's why I think the Bridge is a great publication. I hope that you all can see that today with this presentation.
Same question for you, Anthony and Raja. Yours doesn't start with the Informer as your diaper, but tell us a little bit about why.
Yeah, sure. So the Bridge is, and it's, I'm sitting in between these gentlemen as the newbie of the bunch, but this is kind of represents what the Bridge offers. We're, truth tellers, truth seekers, looking to provide a voice to the voiceless and amplify your message to millennials and Gen Z, to young people that consider themselves to be young, right? And so the reason why, like Lafayette stated so well, the reason why the Washington Informer Bridge should be the place that you look to engage in reaching that audience is because we are them. We are already tapped into what's going on. We know the vibes, excuse me. And so we're able to speak the language and connect with the young folks that your company is interested in putting your information, your products, your services in front of. Because as long as, again, we're truth seekers and truth tellers, as long as you're telling the truth, it'll be well received.
Okay, so we have about a minute and a half to get all of this in. But Anthony, can you talk just a little bit more about the digital and multi-generational side of partnerships you're hoping to do? And then Raja will try to get you last.
No, sure. I mean, I'll actually let Raja speak about with the digital offerings. Ron mentioned it well as a solutions consultant. That's what I'll be bringing to the products and services that are available at the Bridge. I'll be working with you to find a solution to meet your needs. One starts with, if it's not covered by your plate, the card in front of you, scan it and fill out that form that's on the card at the table in front of you.
Perfect. And thank you. So Raja, a little bit about why the Informer. And then can you just tell, or the Informer and Bridge, and then tell us about the tools we tap into for digital marketing. And then just at the last bit, because I think you'll do a perfect transition to Lafayette, can you just tell us a little bit how the Bridge is expanding?
It's hard to follow your questions.
Okay. Look,
you get me wrapped up.
I got a 2-minute sign like 2 minutes ago. Just focus on your part.
I'm gonna try. All right. So you asked me why the Informer.
Yes.
And some people might not know, but Aunt Denise, as I call her, is my godmother. Her mother and my mother attended law school together before we were, as they say, thought of. Like Lafayette and Desmond, I grew up around the paper. I'm a native Washingtonian. I always thought that I didn't enjoy school, right? I loved to read, but I never liked going to school until I went to a different school, Sidwell. And then I realized that I didn't like, it's not that I didn't like school or didn't like learning, I didn't like the presentation that I was receiving. And so, then I started thinking about the storytelling that's even in education, and I thought it was something that was important to me. So, I was the editor of my high school paper, I was the editor of my college paper, and I've been on and off with the Washington Informer since I was a 17-year-old intern. Most recently, before I've come back to the Informer, I was doing IT consulting, both for the federal and the district government. So when, I saw some of the challenges that not just the Informer was having, but many of us are having, adapting to the new technological landscape, I thought it'd be a great use and ability for me to combine my skills and my passion for the storytelling that we do. So I've been here for, as you say, maybe the last year and a half, working very closely with April and the team from BloomLabs, and just seeing how we can integrate the most complete and effective solutions in terms of conveying our and your message. In terms of what we're actually offering, I don't want to get too technical. I mean, if you can think of it and you've heard of it, then someone at the BloomLab is proficient in it and understand that they're giving us the opportunity and sharing the information. I always tell people you don't have to do everything, but you have to do something, right? And you have to do that something strategically. So, with us, we're going to look at your goals, right? Make sure that it's achievable, realistic, right? And then we're going to set some goals with you in terms of the impression or the amount of tickets sold or what type of traffic or sales your website would like to receive. And then we're going to use whatever tools we have available to make those goals actionable.
Perfect. And Lafayette, just quickly, tell us about how the Bridge is expanding.
So the Bridge is expanding because typically it's just me, so you see there are 3 of us now. So we've expanded 200% over the past 3 months. Also, we are, I call it like a pilot program or a prototyping space for any ideas that the Informer has. So we've been able to, test social media platforms and email marketing and events and merchandise and all, sort of expanding our revenue platforms, our revenue generating platforms. Certainly. So we've had merchandise, so we've done collaborations with local artists for T-shirts and other items. We have an event that we do, which is the Bridge Creative Salon, where we invite young entrepreneurs to come and inspire other young entrepreneurs. We have created a studio, a photo video studio. We have 2 studios now. One is in our office at the Washington Informer on Martin Luther King Avenue. We also have one in Union Market. And at those studios, we've created shows such as Sounds of the DMV, What's Going On in DC, and we have another show. What is it called? Sorry. And our salon. We do another interviews and just multimedia content. As someone mentioned before, video is where things are happening, and so we've been able to bring that expertise into the Informer, and I think it's developed well. The Washington Informer has a great show, Washington Informer TV. Let's Talk, hosted by my mother, Denise Barnes, which comes on every Friday, where she interviews people like the mayor or all types of dignitaries. This Friday she'll be talking to Gwen Carr, the mother of
Eric Garner.
Eric Garner. So that'll be an interesting conversation. You guys should tune in at noon. And so the bridge has just been a place where we can try new things and we can reach new people and collect data on what young people are into, and that's how we will create a future at Washington Informer.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for talking to us about the work you do and for doing the work. Thank you. And thank you all for listening.
Thank you, Misha.